Hello everyone and welcome back to another monthly TBR video. Today we're going to be using the trusty prompts jar to choose my reads for November. I usually have a bit of an idea going into these videos of some books that I'm hoping the prompts will lean towards and some that I really want to read, but I don't really have that for this month. All I'm really hoping for is that we get a TBR that has a lot of variety in it and maybe step away from the seasonal reads a bit. I just feel like the books that I was reading in October all started to feel a little bit too similar, and I think I'm on the edge of a slump because of that. I just feel like I need more variety in the books I'm reading, just something a bit different, and I think stepping away from the seasonal reads and mixing it up a bit could really do that today. But before we get into the first pick for November, let's first recap how I did with my October TBR. So I'll put the books that we chose for October on screen now. These were the 6 books that we chose last month, and of these 6 I've only read 3 of them at the moment. There is still a week left to go in October, and I have downloaded Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross that I'm hoping to pick up next. So I think by the end of the month we will have done 4 out of the 6 books, which I'm still really happy with, but I don't think I've completed a full TBR yet, and I'd really like to do that sometime soon. I just didn't get to the last 2 books on my TBR this month. Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. If you saw my October TBR video, I don't think you'll be surprised that I didn't pick that one up because I was quite hesitant to put it on the TBR. Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I still really want to read that one. I just didn't get to it in the month, so maybe we'll get to 6 out of 6 in November. If we get a good varied TBR like I'm after, then maybe this will be the month that we finally complete the TBR. I'm really excited to choose my reads for November though, so let's just get straight in to the first prompt for November. First prompt for November, let's see what we get. And as always, I'm going to be choosing from my Goodreads want to read list because I say this every month, but I'm mainly a Kindle reader and that's where I go for my next read. There's just so many more options on there, so much more choice. It just works out better when I'm picking my TBR to choose from there. But prompt number 1, let's see what we start off with. Is it upside down? There you go. A booktuber favourite. I feel like when I put this prompt in the jar, I had some in mind and I might have read those since I thought of that. This could be hard or this could be very easy. Let me just have a little look at what we've got. So, a booktuber favourite. Beartown would be a good one for this because a lot of people like Beartown, but one that comes to mind is like Sarah Caroli. I know she really loves that book, so that could be a good one, but so many people like Beartown, so that's definitely a booktuber favourite. Crooked Kingdom, I need to read the second book in the Six of Crows duology, and there's so many booktubers that love the Six of Crows duology. Carrie Can Read is someone that comes to mind, or Kalila D. Both of those are people that have shown love for that series. I feel like a lot of books that I add to my TBR are recommendations from booktubers, so I feel like a lot of them could be. Happy Place by Emily Henry. I've still not read that. I can't think of a specific booktuber who like has that rated highly or really likes that one, but I know a lot of people like the Emily Henry books in general. I just can't think off the top of my head if anyone likes that one more than the others. I'm sure they do, but that is still a booktuber favourite. Happy Place is definitely a booktuber favourite. Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I know that, again, Kalila D, this was one that she really likes. I feel like it's easy for the ones that talk about their favourites often, or where they put them in like pride of place on their bookshelves where like whenever I'm watching their videos I can see them because it always sticks in my head then. And that's definitely the case for Love and Other Words. A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Liang. This is one that Jamie Fock talks about a lot. I know that is definitely like a top read of hers. I'm just going to see if there's anything else that jumps out at me, but I feel like we have some good options there. Of the ones that I just mentioned, I think the ones that stand out to me most are Beartown by Frederick Backman. That's like a top tier booktuber favourite. Crooked Kingdom by Six of Crows. Again, right up there with people's favourites. And I would also be finishing a series if I read that one as well, which I like. And then I think I'd have to say Happy Place by Emily Henry. They are like top booktube books right there, and yeah, I think choosing from one of those 3 books is going to be the way to go. So do I want Beartown, Crooked Kingdom or Happy Place? I'd honestly be happy with any of those on my TBR. Is this the month that I read Beartown? because I have just been saving that for the winter and we're definitely approaching it now. Happy Place, I still wouldn't mind putting on there because I do want variety and a summer romance could really help with that. And then Crooked Kingdom. Oh, this is a really hard choice. I think I'm going to go with Beartown by Frederick Backman because I think I have a video idea that one could fit into well as well. So I think this is the month that I read Beartown. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to add Beartown as the first book on the TBR, which I think is a great start to a TBR, and I'm finally going to see what all the fuss is about here. I know it's meant to be an emotional read. There's a lot going on in this town that revolves around hockey, and I think it's more based on like the people in the town and something bad that happens. So I am prepared that it's going to be an emotional read, but I am really looking forward to reading it. We have Beartown by Frederick Backman as the first book on our TBR. That's a good start actually. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that one. Okay, on to pick number 2. Let's see. Okay, number 2. Random number generator picks. Does that mean I need to... Oh, it tells you. I thought I was going to have to go down and count how many books were on my want to read. Okay, so on my want to read list on Goodreads, I have 135 books. So we are going to go to a random number generator on Google. Okay, I'm recording my screen so I can pop it up here and you can see which number we get. So I'm going to put from 1 to 135. We got 81. Okay, so back to my Goodreads, want to read. We're going to leave it as sorted by title and count down 81, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 46, 47, 48, 49, 56, 57, 58, 59, 67, 68, 69, 77, 78, 79, 80. Was it 80? Oh, 81. Oh. Okay, that's not too bad. 81. We got The Plight Before Christmas. I actually do really want to read this one. It's a Christmas book that I think was really popular last year, where it came out in 2021. Yeah, we're going into November, so towards the end of November, I'll definitely be feeling more festive and be wanting to pick up some Christmas reads. So, no, I'm actually quite happy we got that one. It's definitely different, and it's definitely going to be a fun read and perfect for the season. I'm happy. Okay, I was really worried there, because that could have been anything. As I was getting down to like the 70s, I was really starting to worry what it could have been, but I'm really happy with that. We got The Plight Before Christmas, my first Christmas read of the season that will be. I'm happy with that one. Okay then, so that was pick number 2, a Christmas romance. On to pick number 3. Let's see what we get next. So we have a Christmas romance and Beartown. Both set in really cold settings, but other than that, I don't think they're very similar at all. Let's see what we get for pick number 3. So we have continue a series. This is one that I really wanted actually, because there are so many series that I'm reading that I want to continue. So I'm going to go to my Notion and see what series I've got on there. So we have the Emily Wilde series. I have the 3rd book, Compendium of Lost Tales, I think it's called. So I have that one I could read, and that would be finishing a series. The Ruinous Love trilogy. I have Leather and Lark to read, and I've tried to read this one a couple times. I just can't get into it. I just don't like it. I really don't like it. And the first one was fun and a good time, an easy read, but the second one I'm just not caring about. So I don't know if I'm going to DNF this series or if I'm going to try again, but that's an option. When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I have Practice Makes Perfect to read next. This is a small town standalone interconnected series, I think, so we're following different couples in each book. Yeah, I had a really good time with the first one, so that would be a good option. Six of Crows, like I mentioned earlier, I do have Crooked Kingdom to read, and I do really want to read that one, so another good option. The Bridge Kingdom. So I started The Bridge Kingdom a couple months ago now, but I haven't picked up the second book yet, which is The Traitor Queen, I think it's called. That would be a really good one. I do really want to get back to that series. There's others. There's so many, honestly. I don't know. I think of all of those, the ones that I'm leaning more towards are the 3rd book in the Emily Wilde series, The Traitor Queen, the 2nd second book in the Bridge Kingdom. I do really want to read that one. And Crooked Kingdom, the second book in the Six of Crows duology. So Emily Wilde, Crooked Kingdom, The Traitor Queen. Those are the three that I'm definitely more drawn towards reading next. And it says continue in a series, not finishing. So do Emily Wilde and Crooked Kingdom count? I don't know if they do. I feel like I want to read The Traitor Queen anyway. Am I trying to justify it because I want to pick that one anyway? I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with The Traitor Queen by, I think it's Danielle L. Jensen. Yeah, The Traitor Queen by Danielle L. Jensen. That's what we're going to be adding to the November TBR. I like that. I'm really happy with that one actually. Okay, on to pick number 4. Let's see what we get. A new author. Okay, I think I can do something with that. I think there are quite a few books that I want to read by new authors. So let's see what we have. Just to pick out a few, we have The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. This is a new fantasy series that I've been seeing a lot about recently and it's meant to be really good. The Wedding People by Alison Espach. This is one that I also really want to read, although I feel like it will give me like a similar feel to Beartown, so I'm not sure if I want to pick that one up now. James by Percival Everett. This is one that I've been seeing a lot about and I really do want to read this one. I feel like it's going to be a good story to read. What else? There's honestly, I'm going for it. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. That could be a really good one actually, because it's going to be like a summer romance, because I have One Golden Summer that I picked up this year, but I didn't get around to reading it because some people were telling me that I should read Every Summer After first. So I could read that one. This leaves me so open. If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. This is one that I really want to read. I've been seeing nothing but good things about this book. It's like a 90s rom-com, Gilmore Girls vibes, very nostalgic, but not too much Gilmore Girls. You know, sometimes they can overdo it. But it's just meant to be a really good seasonal romance. I think I've just made my mind up. I think I'm just going to go with If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. There are so many books that I could choose for this prompt, but I do really want to read this one in November, so we might as well just add it now. So we're going to add If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. It's definitely the one that jumped out to me most as I was going down the list then. I'm happy with that one, If It Makes You Happy. Okay, on to book number 5. Let's see. Book number 5, or prompt number 5. Releasing this month. There's one that comes to mind, but we've already chosen like a Christmas romance, and Good Spirits by B.K. Borison comes out this month. That's the one that's like top of my list. Oh wait, no, this month. Does that mean November, not October? Because we're still in October. Yeah, so Good Spirits by B.K. Borison comes out on the 21st of October. So that technically comes out like this month, not the month that we're looking at. That's like on the line. The other releases that I have are just books that are next in a series. I'm going to work around this. So releasing this month, I'm going to go with the month that we're currently in as I'm filming this, because there are no releases that I'm interested in November. But October was a very good new release month. So we also had Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber, which I didn't get to on my October TBR, but we could put it back on there now. Or The Intruder by Frida McFadden. I've only read The Housemaid by her. I have been kind of fancying just picking up like a quick, easy thriller, something to fly through, and I have heard good things about this one so far. So The Intruder could be one. Yeah, so it's kind of those three. It's Good Spirits by B.K. Borison, Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber, or The Intruder by Frida McFadden. All three of those have been released in October. I feel like there's a reason I didn't get to Alchemy of Secrets. I just don't feel like I'm in the mood for it now, and I don't feel like I'm going to be in the mood for it this month either. Good Spirits by B.K. Borison sounds really good, and I definitely want to read it this year, but we got The Plight Before Christmas. So there's two similar, and I definitely want a varied TBR. That's what we're after this month, which leaves The Intruder by Frida McFadden. And I'm not mad about it, because I feel like a fast-paced thriller, something to break up the month, could be exactly what we need. So I'm going to put The Intruder by Frida McFadden on the TBR. I might actually pick up that one very soon, because I'm feeling like I said, on the edge of a slump. So that could be one to just like spark myself out of that reading slump. We'll see. 6th and final pick. Wait, what do I want? I need to like think about this a little bit first. So I've still got the prompt here. What's on our TBR so far? We have a thriller, we have a fantasy, we have a seasonal romance, we have a Christmas romance, we have Beartown. What could I do? Do you know what? I think that's quite varied already. So I'm quite open here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I really feel like I need on there to mix it up a bit. Let's see what we get. I don't know if that focused, but it's a pink book. So it's probably going to be a romance, but we'll see. We'll see if it is a romance. What books do I have that are pink on my TBR? Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. I have already mentioned this one today, so that would be a good one. And a summer romance as well. So although we do have a couple romances on the TBR, that one will probably feel a bit different. I'm guessing it's more like springy, although it is still small town, so maybe not. Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales is a pink cover in the UK versions. That would be completing a series. It'd be another fantasy because I only have The Traitor Queen so far on the TBR. I'm very intrigued by that one. That one's probably going to be it, but let's just see what else we've got. Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I think I mentioned that earlier as well, and that's a pink cover. Definitely one I want to read, but I feel like we do have enough romance at the moment. Diabound by Sable Sorensen. This is a new series, I think. This only came out this year and I've heard good things, but if we're going for a series, I feel like I should finish one, not start a new one that's not complete yet. I'm seeing a few others on here, but they are all romances and I don't feel like I need another romance. I feel like I'm going to be really happy with a cozy fantasy and finishing the Emily Wilde series. So we're going to go with The Compendium of Lost Tales by Heather Fawcett, which is the third book in the Emily Wilde series. So I've added that to the November TBR. I'm really happy with this TBR. I feel like we got exactly what I wanted, which was a varied TBR. We kind of came away from seasonal reads. There's still a couple on there, but I feel like it's not all too seasonal. It all does feel a bit varied as well. I have like Beartown on there that's gonna be a bit more of an emotional read. Frida McFadden, a bit more fast paced. Traitor Queen, a bit more world building. Something a bit bigger to still get into because that's a 6-book series. So we're still only getting started on that. Finishing a series is going to feel good. I'm really happy. I am really happy with the November TBR. So let's recap all the books that we've chosen today. I'm not going to do them in the same order because I can't remember, but we have The Intruder by Frida McFadden. We have The Traitor Queen by Danielle L. Jensen, which is the second book in the Bridge Kingdom. We have If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia, a seasonal 90s romance. Really looking forward to reading that one. Beartown by Frederick Backman, needs no introduction, very popular, and I am looking forward to reading that one as well. Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales, the third and final book in the Emily Wilde series. It's going to be good to tick a series off the list. And then finally we have The Plight Before Christmas by Kate Stewart, which is a Christmas romance, and I feel like that's going to be the perfect read towards the end of November to really get me feeling festive before I get stuck into more festive reads. And I think that's going to be quite a fun Christmas romance as well. I've heard really good things about it. I feel like I've said that about everyone on here, but if they're on my want to read list, it's because I've heard good things. So these are the 6 books that I'm going to be reading in November, and you're probably going to be seeing in reading vlogs. I am really looking forward to reading all of those. It's given me like a bit of a spark back again. Do you know when you feel like you're on the edge of a slump and you don't know what to read next? That's when these TBR videos come in so handy because they just get you excited again and push you towards books that are on your TBR that you've maybe forgotten about, and it just pushes you in the right direction, gives you variety, and yeah, I'm going to have a really good reading month, and maybe this month we'll get 6 out of 6 because this feels really doable. So that's it for today's video. That's it for my November TBR. Let me know in the comments what's on your November TBR, and if you've read any of these, what you thought of them, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.